What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another session video. Today's tutorial, we're going to be showing you how to get consistent lines in the game. We're going to be going over that step by step, little tips and tricks that I use. But yeah, let's get skating. So the first thing we want to go over, truck tightness plus turn banking rate minus wheel bite equals smoothness. But yeah, I have super loose trucks in this game. Front truck is at 1, back truck is at 3, and then you want wheel bite off. And your truck tightness also affects banking / turn rate. Also, your crouch banking rate affects it as well. I have mine at 10. That's just the default. With my trucks as loose as it is, I don't feel a need to really adjust it. Once you get your truck tightness and your turn banking rate exactly where you like them, try to cruise around, get from spot to spot. You don't even have to do tricks over anything. You could just see how it feels and get the hang of things first before you even try tricks. What's up, Dino? How you doing, bro?
Your dick's small.
Aw. Okay, so next we have pocket popping. Now this will help you get into grinds if you're off center, if your lineup is messed up. This will help you a lot. Pocket popping is extremely underutilized and it is super important to the flow and your lines, and it even helps with how different tricks look. This is all about how you bring your stick down onto your board. I don't know why I'm moving. So at different angles, your feet will do different things. So you pocket to the right, you pop to the right, pocket to the left, pop to the left. You can do the same thing with nollie. Okay, so for an example here, I'm gonna be off center of this ledge and I want to grind onto the edge of the ledge. You see it right there in front of me. We're gonna pocket pop to correct our skater to get onto this ledge. And there you go, just like that. You can see I pocketed it. She even did the foot placement. We're able to do a tail slide. If you don't pocket, you're not going to be able to really hit anything except for a blunt, I think. Yeah, you can hit that. So yeah, pocketing is going to be super important and super helpful to help you get consistent lines. There we go. So you see, we were able to pocket pop and we were able to get into a nose grind here. And then did I pocket? Yeah, I actually did pocket to get into this blunt. So I was way too close to the rail here. So I pocketed a little bit to the left to actually line myself to the blunt. Okay, the next one, board control. Board control, I talk about board control a lot because it's so important that people understand board control is like probably like the most important mechanic in the game. Super important, more in depth coming on board control in another video, just because there's so much to go over in it. But specifically for this, we're going to do a rocketed kickflip by flicking our stick at a 7 o'clock position. We're going to do a normal kickflip, and then we're going to do a bone kickflip. And each of these look different. So this is a rocketed one, which would be like the 7 and 8 o'clock position. A normal one, which would be at the 9 o'clock position. And then we have a bone one, which would be at like 10, 11 o'clock. And you can use this to get into grinds differently. And it'll help you get into grinds. It's terrible 5-0, but it illustrates my point. Just this alone, you're already set to do a lot of sick tricks and have good flow going in this game. So let's say you want to do a kickflip nose blunt, you could pocket, bone out your kickflip, and it will actually help you get into the nose blunt for your next input. It's like really good once you start tying things together in like that. There's a lot more that goes on with board control. If I want to, I could make a kickflip look insanely like steezy. Like, hold on. I love doing kickflips that look like this. It's gonna be boned. It's gonna be a little off center. So watch how I can steeze out a kickflip just using board control. So yeah, you can see this catch is like completely different. The kick flip's like off center. Did it here. Made the board go a little bit to the right that time. It looks a little different every single time. All right, next is no release grind input. It makes it easier for you to get into grind as opposed to like full release. So grind settings, no release. So full release is going to make it so you have to re-input every single time after you pop to get into a grind. But yeah, full release is just going to make it so you have to re-input every single time you get into a grind. You have to release your inputs and re-input every time you get into a grind, which if you're on no release, you wouldn't have to re-input. You could just pop and hold down whatever input you wanted to hold down and you could get into a grind. However, if you are playing on no release and you're doing flips into grinds, you should be releasing your input. That was disgusting. You should be releasing your input to actually catch your flip. Don't just hold your input down on no release. Actually release it. Don't just hold it down. Well, this is a full release. So on no release, I don't have to re-input to get it down. I could just hold the input down. So this is like the main difference. But the thing is, you can also hold down no release to catch flips, but like it's obvious when you're doing this and it just makes your tricks look ugly. Using no release and you're flipping into grinds, just still release the sticks so you're catching your trick. It would just be like proper technique. All right, next up we got onboard camera settings. This is super important, man. Your camera settings, like you just want to make sure that you're able to see your obstacles. You know, you just want to be able to make sure that you can see the obstacles that you're hitting and that you're getting into your grinds properly. That leads me into my next point, which is swapping your camera sides. It's super important that you swap camera sides so you keep visibility on the obstacles that you are trying to hit. Now, in some cases, camera sides, you know, playing on the opposite side can be useful. Things like nose blunt. So the next one is lower grind friction. This is essentially the equivalent of having more wax on the ledge or rail. I normally have my grind friction around 3. Shout Center, he said it should really be no more than 5. Your grind friction really helps with your flow. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting stuck on grinds and it's just not fun, like to get stuck on grinds and like hit a grind and the grind looks nice, but it slows you down. You lose all your momentum. So yeah, this here, because my grind friction is currently at 3, I'm just able to keep momentum a lot better than if my grind friction was at like default. Like if my grind friction was at default, I would have lost a lot more speed. Okay, last one is speed control, which is essentially knowing how to control your speed. Really much have to do with power slide mechanics. You know, if you don't know power slide mechanics or the weight mechanics as they are called, you do a 50-50 input. You can move your feet to check your speed. You're also going to want to check your power slide friction. I have mine pretty low specifically for this point. Mine's at 2. But yeah, if you don't know the weight power slide, just bring your sticks apart, put them back together to correct yourself, or vice versa. You do need speed to completely correct yourself, but completely, oh my god, why, how? Or the same with the 50-50 input. If you don't want to bring your sticks apart, you can speed check yourself pretty quickly. And there you can see we pretty much applied everything I just taught you just there in that clip. Last clip I pocketed it to get over. And yeah, that was like literally the entire, is literally everything I do right there in this one line. We did it from start to finish. That's how you get your consistent lines. So yeah, if this video helped you, you're new to the channel, or you learned something new that you didn't know before, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, show as many people as possible. And yeah, we're always making session and content tutorials out here, people. We're always doing it. So yeah, stick around. I'll see y'all on Twitch if you want to be a part of future videos. And we're always showing off new mods and maps. We already got new maps coming, even though we just got the sickest school ever. Everybody have a good one. Peace.